Okay, question 1 is about a trapezium. We've got some information here that PQ is A, so P to Q is A, Q to R is B, PS is 3 times the length of QR. Because it's a trapezium, you know that they're parallel, so the direction is the same, and so this is equal to 3 times this, so that's 3B. Part A says find Q to P. P to Q is A, so going backwards the other way will be minus A. P to R is this line here. So to get from P to R another way, I'm going to use P to Q up here plus Q to R. So that's A plus B. PS, we've actually already worked out from the information here. It's 3 times the length of QR, so it's 3B. Q to S is the distance from here all the way down to there. I could go QR and RS, but I don't know anything about RS, and in vector questions it's a really good idea to use things that you've already worked out. So I'm going to go from Q to P and then from P to S. QP I know is minus A, I already worked it out here. PS I know is A plus B. Sorry, I know is 3B. So the answer is minus A plus 3B, but it's just neater to write that as 3B minus A. Number 2, we've got a triangle where P and Q are the midpoints of the lines AB and AC. We're going to find, in terms of P and Q, expressions for PQ to start with. So PQ is the distance from, is the direction from here to here. So we're going to have to go up to A from P and down to Q. So PA plus AQ. PA is the wrong way through P. So it's minus P. A to Q, we're going in the right direction this time, so it's plus Q. It's neater to write this as Q minus P, but you probably wouldn't lose any marks if you wrote this. Number 2, AB. If P is the midpoint, then it means that this vector and this vector are the same size and direction. So AP is equal to PB. So both of them are P. So if we're going from A to B, we're going through P plus P, which is 2P. For part 3, we've got to find AC, and it's pretty much the same as AB. Because Q is the midpoint, if this is Q, this is Q as well. So AC is 2 Qs. Part 4, finding BC, I'm going to go from B to A and A to C. So I'm going to do BA plus AC. BA is all of this, so it's minus P and another minus P, so it's minus 2P. AC is Q and another Q, so it's plus 2Q. Again, it's just neater to write this 2Q minus 2P. Part B, it's asked us to prove that PQ is parallel to BC. Now this is an easy skill. You've just got to prove that one of them is the multiple of another. So we're working with PQ and BC. We've already worked out that P to Q is Q minus P. That was the first question we did. We've just worked out that BC is 2Q minus 2P. I can factorise this and get 2 lots of Q minus P, basically everything in the brackets times by 2. If you look at this, you can see that BC is the vector for PQ doubled. So I'm going to write this. BC is equal to 2 times PQ. And this means that to get BC, I just have to multiply PQ by 2. Therefore, BC is a multiple of PQ, so PQ is parallel to BC. This is like the stock phrase that you need to add in. You must finish up with a sentence to show that you know what you've proved. So therefore BC is a multiple of PQ, so BQ is parallel to BC. Number 3, part 1 wants us to find OC, so from O to C. To work that out, I'm going to do O to B and B to C. O to B, I already know, is equal to B. We're going the right direction, so it's positive B. B to C, I don't know yet, so I'm just going to put a question mark. And I'm going to have to work that one out. Now B to C, if C is the midpoint, it's half of B to A. But again, I don't yet know BA, so I'm going to have to figure out BA. B to A, I'm going to go BO and then O to A. B to O is negative B because I'm going in the wrong direction. O to A is positive A because I'm going in the right direction that way. Now that's what BA is, but I wanted BC, which is half of BA. So it's half of minus B plus A. Now I prefer to write this as minus 0.5B plus 0.5A. All I've got to do is add it in to my original statement. So OC is equal to OB plus BC. I now know that OB is, well, I already knew that OB was B, but I now know that BC is minus 0.5A, B, plus 0.5A. So, collecting the like terms, B plus minus a half of B is half of B. Basically, B take away a half, 1 take away a half of it, plus 0.5A. Part 2 says show that DC is parallel to OA. So I need DC and OA. I know that OA is equal to A, but I don't yet know what DC is, so that's what I'm going to have to figure out. DC is the line from here to here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use D to B and B to C. Mostly because I already worked out BC, so I've done that bit of work. So DB plus BC. DB is half of OB. So that's half of B. BC is minus a half of B plus a half of A. So half of B minus half of B will cancel each other out. You end up with nothing. So all you're left with is half of A. Now if we look at what we've got OA is A and DC is half A. So I can say that DC is equal to half of what OA is. And here comes that stock phrase again. Therefore, DC is a multiple of OA. So DC is parallel to OA. Number 4, we're looking here to express XC in terms of A and C. That's the big question we're being asked to do. But lots of information here that's going to be needed. So, XC is from here to here, So that's the distance, the vector we want to find. I can either do this or I can go this way. Now I'm going to choose this way because I already know AO and OC. So the first thing I'm going to write down is XC is equal to XA plus AO plus OC. I know that OC is C. I know that AO is negative A because I'm going in the wrong direction. So negative A plus C. I don't yet know what XA is, so I'm going to have to figure that out. Right, reading through the information here, we've not used two things. AB is equal to 2 of OC. Now OC is C, so that means A to B is 2 of C. So the whole line there is 2C. The next thing says X is the point on AB such that AX to XB is 3 to 1. So where this side is 3 shares, this side is 1 share. That means that there are 4 shares altogether. So, I know that AB is 2C. So I know that BA is minus 2C. I know that XA, which is what I want to put in here, is equal to 3 shares out of 4 shares altogether of the line BA. So that's 3/4 of minus 2C. Now all you have to do is multiply this out. 3 times minus 2 is minus 6 and C, and 1/4 on the bottom. If I divide or simplify this through, that's minus 3C over 2. To finish up, I'm going to go back to the original additions I wanted to make. So XC is equal to XA plus AO plus OC. XA, AO, OC. I knew that it was minus A and plus C for AO and OC. And I now know that XA is minus 3C over 2. All I have to do is simplify this. Minus 3 over 2C, well that's minus 1.5C if you prefer thinking about it like that. So minus 1.5C plus 1C is minus 0.5C. And minus A, because we've got that as well.